TJ, what's it like just obviously being back in Latrobe, first time in a couple of years?
Oh, it feels great. I mean, just kind of pick right up where we left off. It feels like, doesn't feel like it's been over 2 years. So I'm excited to be back, excited to see a lot of the guys again, and feel really good about the offseason.
TJ, what do you think the team gets out of this time here?
I mean, just spending time with each other. There's no escape here. I mean, we're all going to be around each other, whether we're on the field or in the training room. Everything's just so compact here where it's easy to take a young guy under your wing and kind of show him how things go. And a lot of stories, past stories, future stories, and just a lot of building camaraderie that is necessary to make a run in the playoffs.
TJ, what do you like about what excites you about just defensive where you need to get better? You don't have to turn around.
Yeah, we're a young team, especially on the defense. I mean, other than Cam and Tyson, those old guys, but I think we have a lot of potential, and I think it's just times like this where it's building a team, and it starts here in Latrobe. And like I said, it's not just on the field; it's off the field. Because as a defense, you have to be very, very tight knit to be successful.
TJ, what have you been telling the guys that haven't experienced this yet about what this place is like? What makes it special? What makes it meaningful to you?
Yeah, just to embrace it. I mean, it's a small cafeteria, it's a small dormitory, everything. You can look at it one of two ways. You can be, man, I wish we were back in Pittsburgh, or you can say, hey, I embrace this. I love the tradition. I love the history of this place, and really just take it all in and put your best foot forward. I think that's the most important thing for these young guys is, I mean, we have to remember that we're living our dreams. This is the best job in the world. This is what we dreamed of as kids. So don't think for a second that you're better than Latrobe, because you're not.
Do you room with any of the young guys to try to show them the way?
No.
Or how do you pick
No,
your
I'm not rooming with any young guys. No, I had a roommate for my first 3 years here, and this is the first year where I don't have a roommate. I share a bathroom with my brother, so I'm sure there'll be a good amount of pranks played. I'll be looking up some good pranks to play on.
TJ, with Ogunjobi being on board now and Alualu coming back, Leal being drafted, I know they had to kind of go on the fly there with Tua retiring, but how do you think things have been buffered with his retirement by what they've added?
Oh, I'm excited. Anytime we add a player, especially of his caliber, I'm really excited about it, and to get Tyson back is awesome. As far as development, where we're at, it's way too early to tell. I have to kind of get on the field and see where we're at, but always feel good about adding great players.
TJ, are you the single-season sacks record holder?
I don't know. That's enough for me to determine. I don't really care either.
Do you consider it?
No.
Yourself?
Don't even think about it, honestly.
TJ, I know you got married this summer. Congrats. What was that like to be able to get away and celebrate it and get married and do all those fun things?
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I wish I had more time to do a honeymoon. We didn't have time to. I had to get back and train, but to be able to just have everybody in one space, one time. We're so separated with JJ in Arizona. Obviously, it's nice to have Derek here. We're not together all off season, so it was an incredible time. But more than anything, I'm excited to be back here.
TJ, what kind of growth do you think we'll see from Alex?
I think the finishing aspect of it, if you watch any film on Alex, you can tell that the stats don't always correlate to how well he's playing, and he has a lot of great moves, and he plays the run really well as well. So just looking forward to him taking that next step and finishing those plays this year, which I think he's more than capable of doing.
You got another guy like Miles Jack coming in who's a veteran. Do you think, what kind of influence could he have on a guy like Devin Bush, especially working alongside?
Huge, just a guy that's been around. I think he's in his second or third contract, so he's definitely been around. He's played at an elite level, so just looking forward to having those guys flying around, and excited to see them start thumping in a couple days here.
Last summer, we saw you guys take the ice bath in the frozen lake. This
Yeah.
year, before your wedding, you guys all decided to get knocked over by a giant wave.
Yeah.
How did you decide that that's what you wanted to do?
I don't know. It's just stupid stuff. We're just trying to have fun. I mean, we were by the ocean. We said, "You ever seen the Navy SEAL videos of the guys doing it?" We just like, let's try it out. And it doesn't matter how heavy you are, the ocean will humble you quick and move you around. It was a good time.
What's Brian Flores going to bring to this group and the linebacker group?
He's very locked in at all times. You can tell he loves football. I think he comes from a military family too, so you can just tell he's very regimented in how he handles business. Didn't get a lot of time with him over the summer, but excited to spend more time with him and develop this fall.
Frozen lakes, are you a Wim Hof guy?
I've seen some Wim Hof stuff. I for sure have. I'm not fully bought into it or have time to get into all the breathing stuff, but I've definitely done a little bit of research on it.
Do you do a lot of ice?
A decent amount.
Does it help?
I think so.
You're a guy that obviously trains a lot. Najee was doing times where he had 12 hours a day training this offseason. How do you make sure individually that you don't overtrain, or how hard is it to try to balance that in the offseason coming into camp?
I mean, I'm going into my 6th year now, so I'm very, very comfortable with where I'm at. I don't have to train crazy amounts of hours a day just because I know what it takes to be successful. I've seen my brothers overtrain at times, and that's the number one thing is when you love what you do, it's harder to pull the reins back. I think that's something that I've gotten really good at and has helped me be successful is not to overtrain in those moments, and I'm going to continue to do it. I don't need to be out there for, I don't know, I want to see what he's doing for those 12 hours. I'd be curious.
So do you talk to him about, hey, make sure, because he is a guy that likes to go nonstop, do you talk to him like, hey, make sure that you're not overtraining because you have seen it firsthand?
If we have a conversation about it, sure. I'm not reading the articles, so I don't know that he's doing stuff like that, and he's not really talking about it, but I mean, he's a young guy. He'll figure out what works best for him, and some guys it might work better than others. So if it's working for a guy, I'm not going to get in the way.
As a group, so I think we have a lot of chemistry together, and then all the new guys that come in, they fit in really well. You know, all the guys that got here this year or even last year, they're guys that love the game. They are willing to learn the game, be coachable, and kind of fit our mold. You know?
Where do you have to get better, do you feel?
I think we have to just solidify ourselves against the run game again, and then not allowing big plays. I think those two things last year really hurt us. One kind of set up the other. In the secondary, we gave up some big plays that we normally don't. Winning 50-50 balls more often, and then, like I said, just solidifying against the run game.
Any pressure? You got a lot of guys that are in their mid to late 20s who have been around the NFL and no experience. Does that allow you guys a lot more flexibility in what you're going to be able to do this year in the secondary, especially?
Yeah, I think, like I said, we have a lot of experience, and it allows us to do a whole lot more. When we got guys that know the game, that know what they're doing and are confident what they're doing, you could ask them to do more, whether that's covering guys or playing different positions. It allows us to be more flexible.
I didn't know you stopped. I was going to say, any pressure, expectations being the highest paid defense in the NFL?
No, I've always seen myself as the best at what I do. The money is just a recognition of that by Mr. Rooney and Coach T and the organization. So I'm going to continue to conduct myself on and off the field as the best at what I do, because I believe that, and I'm appreciative of Mr. Rooney and them for recognizing that, but there's no pressure at all.
How important is this camp with team building? So many new faces. I think Cam mentioned there's only 20 of you guys that were here in 2019 in Latrobe.
Yeah. I think it's really important. I think getting to know guys off the field is just as important as knowing guys on the field, because you get to learn how guys communicate. You get to know or get to learn, how guys see the game and you get to really know who loves the game and who doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Who's here for the right reason and who's not, and that's big when it comes to this game, because we're all professionals, but at the end of the day, everybody carries himself as such. So it'll be good for us just to get closer as a team, closer as units, and just have fun.
Will there be a learning curve with the secondary with so many new guys back there? I know you and Terrell are back in camp, but I mean, you have a few other key pieces that are first-timers here.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think what we run and what we do it's not ultra complex. We do ask guys to do a lot and ask guys to learn a lot, but it's not something that's ultra complex. And the guys that came in, Levi, he's a really smart guy, and he's going to be good for us, and he's already got it down, to be honest. In OTAs, he pretty much mastered it. So now it's just going to be getting the little nuances of the defense down.
Minkah, what was the importance for you to have TE back?
It was really important for me to have TE back, because that's been my guy for the past three seasons. So having him back and just keeping that chemistry in the secondary is really big.
Minkah, this is your first training camp here in Latrobe. What have you heard from the guys, and how excited are you to kind of see all the fans that are going to come out?
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I've heard mixed opinions. Some guys love it, some guys hate it. I'm a guy that likes going out to camp. I did it in high school, and it reminds me of high school. We would go out in the woods and cabins in high school. It's a little bit different than this, but I enjoy it. It takes away any distraction, allows you just to focus on football, allows you to focus on your teammates, and really just come together and work.
What kind of stuff do you bring for camp away? I mean, Cam was saying he tells guys to bring their own comforters, things like that. I mean, what kind of stuff did you bring for your dorm room?
Nothing extraordinary. Just blanket or a bed set for sure. A little fan, a couple books, and That's it for real. Nothing crazy.
Do you have a roommate?
A roommate? Yeah. We have 4 in our room.
Who's your roommate?
It's myself, Terrell Edmunds, Cam Sutton, and Carl Joseph.
Gee, all secondary guys. Shocking.
Yeah.
You talked this spring about that heightened attention to detail, paying more attention to little things. How's that going to show up out here? What's the next step of that?
I think one, taking our film study and what we do in the classroom onto the field, because it's easy once we're breaking down film and breaking down footage to spot the details, but it's a lot harder to apply them. So now it's about applying what we see and what we learn from the first few days of practice and whatnot.
Is it human nature to, when you sign a contract like that, your highest paid safety, to want to try and justify that, if you will? And do you have to fight that?
Justify that? What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, do you have to go out and want to prove that, okay, they paid me this way, I am the best? Do you have to fight that at all? Because it's human nature to want to do that.
Why would I fight that?
What's that?
Why would I fight that?
No, I just mean to balance that mentally is what I mean.
I'm not understanding the question. Are you asking me, do I want to prove that I'm the best?
No, do you not want to? I'm sure you feel that way. I'm just saying, do you feel any extra motivation or
of course.
to do that?
Like answering his question. It's something that's been given to me, and you want to definitely solidify the beliefs of the people that offer me that opportunity. So, yeah.
Minkah, you and Teryl Austin and Terrell Edmunds often during practice would take a step back when your reps were done and just look like you guys were surveying the defense. What's it like being that was your position coach? Now he's the coordinator who's calling the shots. What's that relationship like now as both of you kind of take steps forward in your career?
Yeah. Having TA getting promoted as the DC was big for us. One, he's a secondary guy, which is big. He loves the game. He's been in the game a long time. He's a smart guy. So we were all happy about it, about his promotion. We're excited about it. He's a guy that's not going to let the details slip. He's a guy that's thorough. You know what I'm saying? So and being back there with him, you know what I'm saying. And he still does it sometimes now. Just stepping back there is because he wants to see the whole picture. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys across the league that are DCs, they don't like to see the whole picture because they're either a linebackers guy or a DB guy or a D-line guy. You know what I'm saying? TA is a guy that's done it all, and he likes seeing the big picture. So I think that's a big advantage for us.
Minkah, when was the last time you were in a room with 3 other dudes, for weeks at a time?
To probably college, honestly. College, yeah.
I mean, will you remind yourself that, you mentioned the high school thing. I imagine that was a little sparse out in the woods. You imagine if you get a little cramped in the next couple weeks, you can imagine, well, at least it's better than high school.
No, I think it's gonna be fun, man. We all love each other. We're all good dudes. You know what I'm saying? We're all gonna enjoy each other's company. As long as they're clean and orderly, we'll have no problems.
Are you in charge of that?
No, we're all in charge of that. You know what I'm saying? I'll enforce it though.
I remember when Chris Hope used to get everybody hyped before practice, and the fans would go wild. So it's those times that are going to take place this time around. And we'll have some fun.
And when you look at some of the turnover that's happened with Ben retiring, Stephon retiring, who do you guys look to as some of the younger leaders to kind of step up and take on bigger roles beginning with camp?
The younger leaders, you look at a guy like Najee, who's been here. Chase and Deontay have to be big for us. Everybody who's a returning player but still a young player has to be a big part of why we win. That's a Devin Bush. That's a Minkah Fitzpatrick. These guys they're younger. None of them have had training camp here, but we're counting on them to have big years.
Do you remember a camp that was this important, team building, or have you guys had a camp that was this important to you?
Richie, they're all important, man. For you to say they're not important.
I'm not saying they're not important. I'm just saying with all the new faces, you mentioned it, there's only 20 guys here.
Yeah.
That have been here before.
There's a lot of turnover, and I think this is the perfect time to do it. We got to bring them along, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity to get to know everybody, beat up on everybody. And it should be fun.
Larry,
Really good. We're progressing day by day, getting better each day. So.
Do you expect it to go right away? Or?
Yes, sir. They'll probably ease me in just to be smart. No rush, you know. The biggest thing is September. So.
Larry, why was the Steelers the right fit for you?
I think it was just the opportunity, the timing. You know, I prayed about it. You know, my faith is huge. I just felt like it was the right place for me. I've been in the division now for 6 years, so it's almost like home. You know, whatever team I'm in, it always feels real comfortable. So I'm excited.
Larry, because you were in the division for a while, you saw Stephon Tuitt play a lot. What did you appreciate about him as a peer, and how do you help fill his void?
Just the way he played the game. You know, he played the game fast and physical. You know, always around the ball, always finding ways to make plays. You know, I feel like that fits, you know, my nature as well. You know, being able to get upfield, make plays, disrupt the quarterback. I feel like we're similar in that aspect. I have nothing but respect for his game. You know, I was sad to see him leave though.
What's the message on your sweatshirt? I mean, how did you decide to wear that one today?
I think it's just my favorite sweatshirt, to be honest. I just wear it a lot. If you see me in the airport, it's like my travel hoodie, so I just wear it a bunch.
Why is your foot okay, and were you concerned that maybe it might hurt some of your chances to sign someone?
Yeah, my foot's okay, but, you know, my biggest thing, you know, going through my process was just that God doesn't make mistakes. You know, so everything happens for a reason. You know, I went through my injury. You know, I've been bouncing back. I've been recovering. I've been rehabbing, you know, day by day. So I'm excited once again for the opportunity. And it's just my favorite hoodie to get back to you. Yeah.
What position are you going to play? Nose or?
Defensive tackle. So I'll be able to move around from the 4 to 3, the nose, pretty much everywhere.
What's been the communication like with some of the guys on the team, specifically guys like Cam and other guys in the D-line?
It's been really welcoming. You know, when you've been in the division for 6 years, you can kind of, you know, you get a beat of, you know, the guys and get a feel for them. You get to meet them through transition. You see them in the offseason. So everybody reached out, you know, said they're excited to work. I'm excited to work, so I can't wait.
Larry, this defense is star-studded. You know, you've been on some really good star-studded. Where would this fit comparatively?
I think it's just another great opportunity. I mean, it's up there. You know, you got guys like Cam, TJ. I mean, Alex went to my college, so, you know, just being able to be around those guys to find your fit and to elevate the team and the guys in the locker room is really important to me. So, once again, I'm here to, you know, make plays to help the team win and just continue to find ways to be better.
You mentioned you and Alex, right? You mentioned that you and Alex went to the same college. Yeah. UNC Charlotte's not known for producing a lot of NFL guys, at least right now. What's it like for both of you guys now to end up playing together with the Steelers?
I think it's just an amazing opportunity. I know Alex's dad called me when the Steelers were kind of in the mix. He was super excited. So just to be with them, you know, to feed off each other, talk to each other, just go through each other's process, I think is really important. So I'm excited.
You must really hate the Ravens. They're the only team in the division you haven't played for.
Yeah. yeah. We'll keep it at that.
Have you talked to Mason? Do you need to?
He reached out when I had signed. You know, I feel like it's just water on the bridge. I mean, that was years ago. I have no hard feelings. I don't think he has any hard feelings. I feel like as, you know, men in a sport, you know, sometimes we act out of emotion. You know, I was defending my teammate. He was doing his thing. And I feel like it just is what it is. You know, we reached out, we talked to each other, we sweat. That was over the day it happened, you feel me? So for me at least, so the only way I can move is forward, and I feel like, you know, that's why I'm here.
Larry, you had 7 sacks last year. Now you're joining the team that's led the NFL in sacks for 5 straight years. What has been your thoughts as far as how you're going to bring something different to the defensive line with Cam Heyward?
I just want to make plays and play. This is the longest I haven't, you know, been playing football, you know, without doing OTAs and, you know, the injuries. So I'm just really excited to get back on the football field and just continue to elevate my game. I feel like, you know, I hit my stride last year, and I just want to build and, you know, keep getting better.
Does that tell you something about Mason that he reached out?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I feel like as a man, you know, you should. You know, like, there's no need to hold grudges. Like I said, we play a very emotional sport. You know, it's emotion-driven, and, you know, sometimes you act out of emotion. So being able to reach out, being able to talk to each other, and, you know, say, like, I'm happy for you to be here, you know, excited to work with you, that speaks volumes of the person he is. So.
Is that the first time you guys have talked since everything happened?
Yeah.
Getting back to that question you were asked about nose versus end and 3-4.
My bad.
I know they're in sub a ton, so it's about 2 of you guys and then the outside linebackers. But when it is the base and the 3-4, is it a more natural fit for you to be on the nose? Do you have a preference?
I don't have a preference, really. I mean, I want to play that, you know, that 4. But, I mean, whatever the team needs me to do, I'm here to do, because at the end of the day, we're here to make ball players. And I feel like you can affect the quarterback, you can affect the game at any position if you play it right. So I'm just excited for the opportunity.
You gonna be able to do the run test today?
Yeah, we'll see.
What do you think happened last year? You guys are down at the bottom and stopping the run.
I think that goes into a lot of factors, and we're excited to come out this year and show what we got.
What's it like to get a fresh start, clean slate, start a new year?
Nothing better, you know. I was just telling some of the guys here earlier that they were asking how is year 5 different than year 1, and I said not much different. It's that same chip on your shoulder that you come into camp with, whether you're a rookie or a fifth-year player. So I come into camp every year looking forward to make improvements on my game and also bring attitude and emotion to the team. So I'm looking forward to doing that.
Is the vibe different just going to a camp, going somewhere on location?
Pardon?
Is the vibe different just going to a
Yeah,
camp?
of course. I mean, we're here at Saint Vincent, and it's a special place to be. I was here my second year in the NFL, my first year with the Steelers, and it's special when you get to bring guys together. We're in the dorm rooms, so you get to play cards at night with the guys. It's really a good opportunity to form bonds with each other, so I'm looking forward to it.
Did you do anything personally for this offseason to kind of augment the game?
Augment the game?
Just your game, just to work on your game a little bit.
Of course. I wake up every morning thinking about how I can get better, work all day, getting better, and then fall asleep thinking I didn't do enough. And it's kind of like this cycle that I live in. And I'm hard on myself. I'm harder on myself than anyone is on me. So it's how can I keep improving my game. And I've found a lot of ways to, maybe unorthodox to some, but ways that I can definitely improve my game. And I'm excited to show it here in these coming weeks.
What kind of ways?
Lots of ways, like finding different things. I mean, focusing on sleep as recovery, extra hydration. I love playing basketball to work on footwork and athleticism, running routes, working with the track coach. So there's so many ways that you can find. I train with my shoes off a lot of the times. I train with my eyes closed. I do a lot of things that might seem weird to some, but it's all intentions to be the best football player.
I thought you were going to come in with like a Rocky IV montage workout. Yeah, pulling stone carts.
That's one way to do it, but I like to, I follow a lot of great athletes, and there's so many different ways to become and train yourself to be a better athlete. So I focus on things that people might not look at as workouts, but if you're being intentional about it, you can definitely find a way to get better.